Hey, look, man, everything is your fault. Everything that is wrong with your life or everything that you feeling pain from is your fault. You got to take responsibility for that, bro. And let me be clear. Of course, I'm talking about decisions that you made when you were an adult, not stuff that happened to you when you was a kid and you ain't had no control over it, something that you might have been born with. Of course, that should go without saying that that's not your fault. But every piece of pain that you're feeling right now that's based on a decision that you did or didn't make as an adult, it's your fault. And you got to own that. I had to learn that when I faced tremendous amounts of loss in recent past in my life. So I just got out of a long-term relationship, the longest relationship I ever been in. And this ain't the first long-term relationship that I ever been in, but it's the longest that I ever been in. But the other two, so this is my third one. The other two that ended, when they ended, I was so busy trying to play the victim and try to let everybody know why it was the other, like why it was the woman's fault who I was with that the relationship didn't work out. And I failed to really take accountability for the role that I played in the demise of that relationship. But this time it's different. I understand that even though both of us played a role in the demise of the relationship, at the end of the day, I'm putting all the blame on myself because as a man, at no point in that relationship should I had ever allowed outside influences outside of myself dictate how I react to anything. And so the relationship faulted because essentially, well, at least the role that I played, I wasn't always kind to her. I raised my voice. I yelled when I was angry back when I didn't have the level of emotional regulation that I have now. And sure, if you want to really just break it down play by play, I could say, well, she did this and it made me react this way. No, ain't no she made me react. No way. At the end of the day, I should always have control over how I react to any emotion that I have. So when I reflect now, I realize that there should have been no point in that relationship where I should have raised my voice at that woman, where I should have yelled out of anger, where I should have let my anger and rage control how I acted towards her. And it hurt her. And to this day, now I regret it because I know that that's my fault. What she did to me, I don't have any control over that. But even in saying that, when she did things that I felt like didn't align with what I wanted in a relationship, I had choices. I had options. I had free will. I could have either said, excuse me, I could have either said, you know what? The way that you're talking to me, the way that you acting, the things that you're doing, I don't like it. I'm out of here. Or the way that you're talking to me, the things that you're doing, I don't like it. Is this something that you can change? Either, yeah, it's something she could change and we move on from there, or B, she say, no, that's not something I'm willing to change. And then that leads me to, all right, I'm out because it don't align with me. I allowed too many things that she did that I didn't appreciate to, like, I allowed those things to make me react to her in ways that I wholeheartedly regret now. And a lot of people, well, not a lot of people, because I don't talk to a lot of people about it, but the few people that I have talked to about that, people are quick to say, you can't take all the blame, or I'm sure she played a role too. That's fine because maybe she did. But at the end of the day, I really don't care about that because I'm the only person who I can control. I'm the only person, like, I feel like I'm the independent variable in this situation, meaning like what I do, determines the outcome of how she reacts to me. Or maybe it don't. Maybe I bat 1,000 in a relationship and I'm still not getting the response from my partner that I want. Then that once again, I have an option to leave that relationship and find something that's more compatible or more aligned with what fits in my life. But instead, what I did is I allowed all those things to build up resentment in me. I started getting petty. I just started doing stuff that's not aligned with the man that I am now. I reacted. I was more reactive and that don't sit right with me. So I'm going to take that to the grave that relationship ended because it was my fault. Or let me, let me not say the relationship ended because it was my fault. The relationship didn't go as good as I wanted it to because it was my fault, or it lasted longer than it should have because that was my fault. I didn't do the necessary things that I needed to do to either exit from it or, like I said, to just not react to things that caused me to act out of character and in turn end up hurting her. I don't like that. I don't like the way that feel. And if you a man right now, you should be reflecting on things that's happened in your life too that didn't turn out in your favor and figuring out what it was that you contributed to it and taking the blame for it and taking the responsibility so that you can make sure that going forward, you ain't you're not the contributor to something negative in your life anymore. Whether that's your financial situation, I could speak on that too. Like there was a point when I was up. Like financially, I was up and I made stupid decisions. And of course, when I talk about that too, people say, oh, the economy is bad. Nobody's doing good in this. Nah, fuck that. Like I knew better, but I didn't do better. And now I have to sit with that regret and feel the pain from making those decisions that didn't align with what my future self would have been proud of. And it don't feel good, but it's absolutely necessary to go through that process of feeling that pain so that you can make sure that going forward you don't make those same decisions again, or you make better decisions overall. So at the end of the day, it's it's your fault, bro. And I'm really talking to the bros right now. Like I'm talking to the fellas because I truly think that as a man, we always gonna be tested. We always gonna be put in positions to test our will, to test our resolve, to test our like how we respond to things, and to be the ultimate version of yourself as a man, you got to be able to have ultimate control over how you react to things. You got to be able to know that when shit gets hard, you can dig deep, not feel sorry for yourself, not try to get other people to feel sorry for yourself, and do whatever it is that you got to do to persevere through that moment so that you can get to the better side of whatever it is that you're shooting for. So don't shy away from owning that shit. Take accountability, take responsibility. Yeah, you can acknowledge and be aware that other factors might have played a role in you reacting in ways that you didn't want to react. But ultimately, the goal is to make sure that at the end of the day, you have the final say so in how you react. So you gotta own it. It's like go by my AAA. It's acknowledgement, acceptance, and then action. You got to acknowledge what happened, meaning you are aware of whatever the circumstance is. You got to accept it. You got to know that, hey, this is reality. Like this is real life. I have to do something about it. And then the doing something about it part is taking action. And then from there, that's how you begin the process of becoming your ultimate great self as a man. All right. It's just Josh. Peace.